Chapter 65-29. Nanako has never returned to Japan since she moved to Aurus Hill with her father. Charlie originally promised her that he would accompany her to watch the changes of the Four Seasons in Japan. But he didn't expect that the plan could not keep up with the changes. Nanako directly chose to settle in Aurus Hill. However, Charlie always remembered this matter. He was going to Tokyo tomorrow. So he subconsciously planned to meet her and say hello. Since the day of enlightenment, Nanako has been in Champs Elysees most of the time. The environment here is quiet and suitable for a person to retreat and comprehend. At the same time, it is absolutely safe and no one will disturb her. After all the villas on the hillside were cleared and recovered, Charlie gave one of them to Nanako. She came here almost every day for meditation, and returned to Thompson to accompany her father at night. Charlie said goodbye to Jeremiah and called Nanako. When he learned that she was in the villa in the hillside, he drove there immediately. Nanako was overjoyed when she learned that Charlie was coming. She came to the courtyard to wait in a light pink kimono. The weather on the mountain was freezing cold, and the cold wind blew on her cheeks, making them slightly red but also a little more lovely. Charlie stopped the car, and the first thing he said when he saw her was, "Why did you come out in such a cold day with so little clothes on?" Nanako put her hands in front of her, bowed slightly to him, and said happily, "Mr. Wade, long time no see." After that, she smiled and said, "The room is very warm, and I don't feel cold after coming out for a while. And since I have realized the truth, I feel that my physical fitness has improved a lot. I think my body is no longer afraid of the cold." Charlie nodded and smiled. "It's mainly because the temperature has dropped today. Seeing that you are wearing so thin, I subconsciously worry that you will be cold. But I forgot that you have already realized the truth. And this little bit of cold is nothing." Nanako knew that Charlie cared about her, and her heart was naturally happy and touched. So she smiled shyly and said quickly, "Mr. Wade, please come in and sit down. There happens to be tea sent from Kyoto here." Together with Nanako entering the house, Nanako had decorated the living room in a light Japanese style. She invited him to sit on the tatami mat, and then made tea for him using the Japanese tea ceremony. Charlie asked her with concern, "Nanako, have you made any progress in your cultivation during this period?" She said seriously, "I feel that my control over the flow of spiritual energy in my body has improved slightly. But the improvement is limited." Charlie smiled and said, "You can't rush into cultivation. Aspect spirituality is not a simple power. Especially it is more like an extension of a new sense. You must skillfully manipulate spiritual energy and try to perceive everything through it. Not only in your own body but also in everything around you." Nanako smiled and said, "You are right, I am not very anxious." Charlie nodded slightly and said to her, "By the way, I'm going to Tokyo the day after tomorrow, and will be back in 2 or 3 days." "Going to Tokyo?" Nanako laughed in surprise. "Are you going to watch a game or a concert?" Charlie subconsciously said, "To watch a concert." Nanako laughed. "Are you going to watch Tawana Sweet's concert?" Charlie asked in surprise, "You've heard about it too?"